Well, great morning, everyone. Here we are, Guru Purnima, time again. So, many blessings to everyone that watches the channel. And many blessings especially to my students out there. And I hope you're all spending your time in meditation today. Take advantage of the day and reaffirm yourselves on your path going forward to realization. So let's see what the energy has today on this Guru Purnima. Today of ceremony, invocation, of course. Again, Guru Purnima is a day when you sit there and rededicate yourself to your spiritual path. You honor your teacher, you honor your teachings. And again, just reaffirm your dedication to going forward. So, of course, it's a great day for ceremony and invocation. Okay, this is one that hasn't come up before. Soul retrieval, reclamation. Okay? So bring yourself back to you. Come back to yourself. If you've been wandering around, and just not sure of what you are, who you are, what's going on, you've just been in the ethers, in the ozones, it's time to pull back, claim who you are, what you are, okay? Soul retrieval. Call yourself back to your form and get balanced. Okay? The path is all about discovering who and what you are, and more importantly, what you're not. It's really to dispel the myths and dramas that one gathers and collects as their storyline, their soap opera. Okay? Patterns. It's a day to look at your patterns. Again, has to do with your storyline that you drag around, the soap opera you tell yourself and everybody else about who and what you think you are. And the spiritual path is about finding out that you're something other than that. You're not a physical form that comes and goes and that's all, that's looking for attachment, so looking for something to bolster yourself and your self-esteem, etc. Okay. Okay. Sometimes it may seem like you're in a bit of futility. Okay. Well, it's a day to overcome the futility. Okay. Again, that has to do with reclaiming your soul, okay? Pulling back into who and what you are. Ceremony, invocation, to ground yourself, to go forward and to look at the patterns which are self-defeating, okay? And to let go of this idea of futility that you can't, I always get upset when people say, I'll try. If you're going to try, then you've already given up in defeatism before you've begun. Okay? So don't try. You're either going to do or you're not going to do, one or the other. But if you're going to try, then you've already given yourself the out to let go of it. Okay, it's a day of being a warrior. Okay? Yes, it takes being a warrior on a spiritual path. You have to be strong. You have to be dedicated. You have to be one-pointed going forward in your direction and not let anything turn you back. Okay? not let any kind of defeatism in. It's a tough path, you know, when you're going. Takes a lot of surrender. Okay? Surrender's not easy for people. Dream catcher, okay? Dream catchers are there to catch the good dreams, the beneficial things, you know, to let them come down, and the negative things to get caught, you know, where they you know. So let the beneficial things in, and the negative, pass on it. Don't take it in. Don't fight with it. Don't argue with it. Don't, you know, just, you know, turn a blind eye. Turn a blind eye. You know, this is why, you know, on the sites, they have all these trolls and dramas and bots, and, you know, whether it's Russia or whether it's, you know, leeching on people, whatever it is, doesn't matter. You go in, you block, you delete, that's the end of it. You don't sit there and you know, argue with them forever. Okay? It's not worth the time. Why give them energy? Okay? What you learn is doing a spiritual path, because everyone eventually, if you're doing a very serious spiritual path, eventually, especially if you have Kundalini awakening, eventually you will come to a time where the demonic is going to show up, the negative, this thing that's just, you can feel this energy, this dark, you can feel it. And when you begin, when it first came, I was in the center of the floor like this, shaking. I'm surprised my hair didn't turn white. But it's overwhelming darkness that will come, you know, and you have to learn. You don't feed it, you don't fight it. That just grows that energy. You don't love it. The only way to get beyond it, and this is learned the hard way, it takes a while to figure out what you need to do, is just to stay in your center and not give it any energy. It's like the point where you see the film in the life of Buddha where he's sitting there meditating, and they have all these dramas coming towards him, these demons and fires and all of this stuff, and you just sit there unmoved by any of it. It's all illusion, okay? But it can feel very, very real at the time, okay? So again, it's a point of learning to be within the still center of being, witnessing, but not giving energy to that play. And if you don't give it energy, it starves itself out. It has nowhere to go. You know, this is also the same thing if you're dealing with negative entities, something like that. Now, if you're not a guru, you may not ever have to deal with this. If you're a guru, you will have someone come in with negative entities, and they can be, first time you hear it could be quite frightening. You'll hear them growling and spitting and wanting to tear you apart. A lot of drama. Okay, let's just put it this way. The negative entities come in with a lot of drama, a lot of hate, just spitting mad, you know. But if you are, again, in that center, all it takes here is one finger in the third eye, boom, and they're done, okay? They may rant and rave and spit and growl and all of these manifestations, but they can't touch truth. They just can't. Okay? So they can do their demonstrative growling and spitting and, you know, ranting and raving that they do. But when you're really, you know, imbued and you've gotten to realization and you know that power of the universe is the center of being, okay? And that truth always wins out. There's nothing to fear. It's like Christ said, have no fear. There's no fear of it at that point. Just 1 second, and they're done. Okay? So again, this is why you learn you don't take on their drama. Let them have their darkness and their spinning and their ranting and raving and their foolishness. But there's no reason that you ever need to take any of that on. Okay? So take on the beneficial things of life, and the rest of it just say, pass. Okay? Take it down the road. Talk to the hand, because I'm not having it. Okay? So we will leave this here. So the energy, meanwhile, back to the energy of the day. The energy day is invocation, looking at your patterns you have coming up and going. You can change those patterns at any time. You know, you can only walk one road at a time. Pick your road wisely that you're going to walk. And then stay there. Be a warrior. One-pointed focus. Continue forward. Don't let anything dissuade you. Even when you have this sense of futility. You know, it's always like that. It's darkest before the dawn. Don't give up. Don't give up. You'll reach points where you feel like you're in a stall. Okay? But you got to keep pushing through. And eventually that will break. Okay? But you've got to stick with it. You can't turn back. You can't turn back. Okay? So Dreamcatcher, again, you know, let the things of benefit come in and let the web catch the bad things and don't take that in. Okay? And soul retrieval. Reclaim who you are. Okay? Don't give yourself away in nonsense. If you've given yourself away in nonsense due to childhood trauma or whatever, realize that whatever was put on you as a child, that was their drama, their nonsense, their failings, their unknowing, their prejudices, their hates, their whatever it is they had going, their insanity, whatever it was going on. But it had nothing to do with you, and you, as a soul, do not need to take that on. You don't need to carry that story. Bring yourself back, okay? Bring yourself back. So I'm going to leave this here. Everyone have a wonderful Guru Purnima, and reaffirm yourself in your path and go forward, ever forward to realization. It's well worth it in the end. No matter how much hell one has to go through, the years of hell, I can laugh about it now. It wasn't funny then. You know, if you are on a really mystic's path, you'll be praying for death at some points during the path. That I can guarantee you, because sometimes it feels like you can't even take the next breath. You're just hanging on by the nails by second by second by second to get through it. So just because I sit here now, you know, in a calm manner, and I'm in that space of quietude, okay, and this stuff is like rolling off a duck's back, okay, it wasn't always that way. Okay, it wasn't always that way. My path started when I was very young. Well, I've had lifetimes of it, actually. But this lifetime started in my early teens, okay, and didn't complete until in 1999. And all those years up to that point were tough. I'm telling you, they were tough. Like I said, if you have Kundalini, one moment you're in your body, you're out of the body, you're above the trees. I mean, you're seeing lights, you're seeing visions, you're having, you know, all of these things happening, super sensitive to everything. And then these powers come up, okay? You can feel what's going on with other people. You can do healing, immediate healings. You can do, I mean, change weather. You can, so many different things. But you find out those things are not of import, okay? And you can't get caught on those because they can be stumbling blocks to getting to the real gem, which is knowing what is God, what you are, what you're not, what is God, what it's not, the energy of the universe, how it works. You know, And that's priceless. That's the pearl of great price. So don't give up your journey. Namaste. Have a great day. Aho! Happy Guru Purnima to you all.